And we're live. There we go, for the first time in over a month. And what a hectic month I think it's been, hence we've not been live. Between holidays, job interviews, illness, and Google Hangouts being challenging.
Just being idle as well.
Yeah, and just being idle. Once you miss one, it's easy enough to miss another one. So yes, I'm joined here tonight by Stig and Martin. Hopefully some others will... we might get some others joining later as people get in from work and stuff. And we'll do the usual creeping death. And we'll start with Martin since he's on the left again.
Of what? So what's the creeping death? It's been so long I forget what the protocol is for these things.
God's sake.
So I'm Martin.
Age doesn't come on its own, as they say.
So I'm Martin, and I'm currently basing up some British Team Yankee in 6 mil.
I'm glad you went with the Team Yankee thing because I was half expecting my name's Martin and I'm an alcoholic.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I haven't got the stomach capacity for it. I almost was, but I just can't cope with the volume. And the prospect of vodka for breakfast fills me with dread.
Wait until Sunday morning. Right.
Yes.
And these are the Heroics and Ross stuff that you just got.
This is the Heroics stuff. They arrived today. They're fine. They're nice. Nice bits of kit. Quite impressed by them. There was a piece missing from my tracked rapiers, but I've just sent them an email to ask them to send it back, and that's fine. I don't really mind if there's a minor cock up like that. It's not like they did it on purpose.
You hope.
I'm pretty sure. People don't get criticised in my life for making mistakes that human beings make. I haven't got the time.
You're a better man than me, Martin.
Yeah, me.
That's well known.
Yeah.
You didn't wait too long for them either, did you? Because they can sometimes take a while, the old Heroics and Ross.
It's been a week.
Well.
So it's my first foray into 6 mil, really. I had a load I bought from the flea market about a year ago for like a £5, 60 vehicles and infantry. And they're pretty good. So they sat in the cupboard for a long time. And then along comes Team Yankee and conversation from a certain Scotsman. I've got quite all 100-point army. With a lot of Milan. A lot of Milan. More than I'm possibly allowed, but I don't care. Anything that does 21 points damage when it hits is nice. Wow. I always think.
Yeah. We'll have a conversation about how that system works at some point.
Yes, I've been reading through, and I'm going to look because we're going to Partisan at the weekend. I'm going to have a look for a different set of rules as well.
Yeah,
because it appears to be something not quite right about it.
Yeah, it plays fine. It's just pretty fast playing.
Yeah. I quite like the fast play.
Yeah.
Ooh. But I quite like the ability to hide and ambush things better.
Yeah, that's it. It's not really set up for that type of thing.
When almost all your forces are light tanks, I'm going to get normalised.
Yeah. Well, that comes down to that kind of, that play style of, if you're doing scenarios or if you're playing against an umpire or whatever, then it's less of an issue. Yeah. It's just when you're playing kind of competitive games against people that sort of stuff becomes a problem. And it's some stuff that you can house rule as well, isn't it?
Yes, it is. But generally, the actual mechanism itself looks fine.
Yeah.
It's the bits around the edges, isn't it, as always?
Yeah. What are you up to, Stig?
I'm just I'm doing some hedges for my 6mm Napoleonic stuff. So I thought I'd best do some terrain for them. I got my first French division finished off last night.
Good stuff.
So I've actually got 2 gameable forces now. So I've got my Austrians and my French. So I'm just going to try and get a bit of training done for them, and then hopefully get a game in at some point, which would be
cool.
Be nice.
I thought you were
What scale
speaking
are they?
French.
Say again?
What scale are they?
6.
Cool.
6.
I was just going to say, I thought you were speaking French when you were painting those limbers last night.
Yeah. So what I'm doing is I've got lollipop sticks.
Hold on, I'll focus on you. So
They're old ones that I've used before to stick figures on while I've been painting them. I've just beveled the edges of them with a craft knife, and then I cover them in filler with a bit of paint in it.
right.
Like that. And once that's dried, I dry brush it. Dry brush it with like an Iraqi sand or a sandy colour, and then get some clump foliage and stick it on top. And then it kind of looks like that.
Cool.
All right, cool.
And because it's filler and it's not PVA, it doesn't warp or anything, which is quite good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just recycling the old lollipop sticks. So I think it works all right. I'm going to try and get some trees in amongst it and things as well to break the hedges up and see what it looks like. I think it'll probably look all right. I just got that Jarvis stuff, the Jarvis tufts. Cheap as chips, get from model shops and stuff. So it's all right. Not tufts, clump foliage stuff.
Yeah, I've got some clump stuff.
Yeah, that's all it is. It seems to work all right, I think.
Yeah, the stuff I saw looked quite good. To get some pictures up in a group so as we can.
Yeah,
I'll
get this first batch done, and then you can see what it looks like. If it's any good. So if it does look quite good, then I'll, as I was saying just before you made it live, I'm going to try and do some 15mm scale stuff as well, and try and do it a bit more like bocage.
Yeah.
So you can try and model up the banking that's underneath the hedge. Try and make the hedges a bit taller, if you know what I mean. Yeah, so just experimenting really, making a mess more than anything probably. Yeah, that's me.
Cool. I've got a whole load of two platoons worth of British infantry that I'm just prepping just now. Just before we went live, I was drilling holes in berries in order to pin on little bobble type things for the top of the tam shanters. I'm also still working on terrain for the upcoming game I've got in October, and that has been a mix of walls and stuff and some other bits and bobs. Got some bits here, some gravestones, some bits of garden, some haystacks, and these are the really nice tiger terrain walls that I got.
Oh, that'd be nice. What are them for, sorry? Oh, I know what them are, sorry, yeah. I was a bit baffled by the lollipop stick for a minute.
Yes, that's just give me something to hold on to while I'm painting them rather than putting fingerprints and stuff. So I've got all that, and I've got some buildings and a load of gates for between buildings and stuff like that to do. And I've got some of those MDF buildings that I bought that were already kind of built and painted and then some of them need a little bit more work just to merge them in with what I've already got. So once I get sick and tired of painting British infantry, I can dabble with that stuff.
Yeah. Gotta paint some more Confederates.
I'm almost done with them, other than the limbers and the casualties and stuff that I need to do for the disordered markers and things.
I think that's probably what I'm going to do next, after I've done a bit of terrain.
Yeah.
Might do all my casualty markers and things. I don't think I can face doing the Confederates yet. But...
Yeah, they don't take a huge amount of... Well, the casualty markers don't take a huge amount of effort, so I'll try and get them done. But I think we were looking at a scenario where I would need an extra brigadier and stuff when I only got one.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I could paint more up, I suppose.
Yeah.
Next couple of days.
Yeah, that would be handy. It would save me. Hi, Dave.
Hello.
What?
Howdy doody.
How you doing?
Is he there?
Yeah. Came on and froze.
Yeah. You always tell the man he works for a very important internet provider got the worst signal. Gary's the same, isn't he? He's a computer whiz, he's got the worst signal as well.
Yes, so the other thing we were discussing earlier was the upcoming, is it the other Partisan? Is that the official name of it? That we're going to on Sunday? Yes.
Yep, Sunday.
Sunday. So
yeah.
That's Dave's huge amount of shit that he's taking. Sorry, stuff that he's taking.
No, the rest of the stuff's under the table. I'm trying to decide out whether to take 3 boxes of Marvis.
Well, you can take more stuff now that you don't have to take me.
He's taking me instead.
Is he?
Going to need to check what the weight limit in his suspension is.
It'll be fine.
Did many advantage having a lot of plastic Nordists?
It's a good job they were all ticked, a lot of them, yeah.
So are we playing the same scenario as you played last time?
Yeah, with a few tweaks, I think.
Yeah.
So Dave will be running a game at the other Partisan, and myself and Martin will be playing whilst shopping, I suspect. So in the off chance that you happen to be a keen follower of our painting chats, the whole 3 people who watch them, and you're going to the other Partisan, then stop by and say hello.
Yeah. Yes, please do.
Will be hard to miss. The handsome Scottish guy and the rest.
Why? Who else from Scotland's going?
Yeah, there's a reason the camera's never pointed at my face.
He's got a face for radio.
Yep.
Haven't we all?
A face only a mother would beat. That's the... So yeah, I think between the 4 of us, we've got. I know that Dave's constantly just about to finish his Sudan project.
Yeah, for as long as I've known him.
Yeah. I don't even kid on that I'm about to finish anything. I just keep buying more stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, so do I.
Yeah, the Sudan, just like a tart, it just keeps growing.
But I think most of us, including, oddly enough, Dave, who normally is totally averse to any sci-fi/fantasy type stuff, who were all intrigued by the announcement that Games Workshop are re-releasing Necromunda.
Yes.
That could be a possible purchase for club games or gaming nights, I think.
Yeah.
So this seems a perfect opportunity to make the following statement. What's Necromunda?
Google it.
No, tell me, it's funny.
Be careful what you're typing then, Google.
Necromunda was a gang level skirmish game that Games Workshop produced over 10 years ago, and it was set in the underhives, the kind of slum areas of a massive billion-plus population city. And basically, it's like Frostgrave. Frostgrave is kind of the spiritual successor to Necromunda, except Necromunda was a bit more sci-fi.
So if you think the film that came out in the 80s called Warriors, and the gangs of New York type thing.
Yeah. That was the first time I ever saw on video, that was.
Yeah, think that, but kind of a bit more sci-fi. It's that.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool.
So you normally have a gang of like 10 or so individuals who all have their own stat lines and weapons loadouts and stuff.
So the fact that I've got the Angel Gang means I'm halfway there already.
Yeah. And you play against, obviously, other players, and after each battle that you play, you get income and loot and all that sort of stuff, and your guys gain experience. Similar to Frostgrave, your guys gain experience and level up, but I think in the original, unlike Frostgrave, every member gained experience and leveled up, not just the boss.
The boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if guys got injured during the game, like you had to roll on a chart and stuff to see what their injury was,
whether they survived.
Yeah. And then
So is it all laser weapons and blasters, or is it?
No. It's because it's 40k. Obviously, you've got las weapons, but there's a lot of just kind of shotguns and chainswords and.
Oh, right, okay.
Big knives and axes and stuff. It's very kind of Mad Max with a little bit of tech thrown in.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can probably do that. I've probably got enough toys for that.
It'd be great as a little a running campaign, wouldn't it?
It would.
It'd be pretty good, actually.
Something that doesn't take up a huge amount of time to play and doesn't need a huge amount of figures.
Will we be able to find a tower for John to keep his stuff on? His stuff normally sits on hills in a real game.
Yes, his stuff normally sits on a hill in a real game. Right. So
we'll just see, because one of the things about the original was that it was normally played on quite a small table, like a 4x4 table, but the terrain tended to be quite vertical. So you had levels and gantries and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And there was interesting rules if you shot someone who was near the edge that they could fall off and stuff.
Yes. I'd rather one or two people fall.
Yeah.
So you've got me Guilty Secret now. I used to play Necromunda.
Yeah, it was a fun game, right?
It was a good game, yeah.
Cool.
I'll be interested to see what they've done with it. It's definitely one that could tempt me, especially if it's Christmas time. That might be a nice gift request, I think.
I think it's I think I said this yesterday, but if we were going to do it, we need to pre-order it.
Yeah.
Because it'll sell out in minutes, I think, as soon as it goes live.
Well, won't they have a digital version?
It's just if they do the box set, you get the plastic miniatures and the possibly rain and
all counters and bits, don't you?
So what have I got in my zombie collection that we can use? I've got the Angel Gang, which is pretty cool. Marilyn Monroe with a chainsaw. What she do?
Quite possibly.
Quite a lot of hot chicks with big guns.
Well, one of the starting gangs that they're coming out with is the Clan Escher, who are all female like Amazonian style warriors.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, hot chicks with big guns works.
Mine pretty much look like a cheerleader's outing. Yeah. But I can rock 5, 6, 7, 8. 10 chicks with lots of machine pistols, some chainsaws, and a bow and arrow. The joys of hassle-free miniatures.
Yeah, that's the thing. As long as you're pretty clear on what they're armed with and who the characters are, I don't think it hugely matters if you use their figures or not. Obviously, it's 28mm.
Yeah, these are all 28, so I can do that. That's fine. Mm-hmm. I've also got some mech robots with massive machine guns.
I'm not sure there's as much call for that type of stuff, although it's sci-fi, it's kind of debased sci-fi, so...
yeah. I've got lots I've got... That's not true, I've got 4 Frankenstein monsters. Zombies.
Yeah, well, it's not to say that we couldn't find a use for that kind of stuff. Scenario games and stuff.
So.
Like many people, I got rid of my Necromunda gangs ages ago. So.
If you were patient, I could probably field an entire force that's just Kurt Russell. No, really. There are about 4 different versions of Snake Plissken. He was my favourite guy.
Keep shouting out on the phone.
Yeah, so I've just put the chat up on the laptop as well, so I can see the chat if there's anyone watching.
All right, yeah, I had done that as well and I forgot, but there's nobody said anything, so
something we normally just ignore people. I think
not intentionally.
Not intentionally, but.
Right, let's see.
The cavalry box.
Oh, bleeding Ada.
Actually,
very strange.
The first cavalry box. There is a second. There isn't many.
See, it's all right. I've been assured that I'll have the guard camel corps in order to sacrifice at. I mean, throw bravely at them.
Yes. Yes, this is the maddest cavalry. So, just checking they're all okay and standards are on, and I've got the commanders in there. Yep, we're in. We're good to go.
There is. I mean, there's a lot to be said, and I found this in June when I was doing it. There's a huge amount of prep that goes into
there is
doing these big games. Just making sure you have the right stuff. And...
yeah, listen to, but I mean, this is probably the 4th time I've run one of these bigger ones, and with doing a similar-ish scenario. I'm not too worried. I was hoping to print some stuff out and get myself sorted. It's when you've got everything back home and you have to repack it, because it's all nice and tidy when you go, because you've got plenty of time. You have to pack it all away in half an hour at the end of the day, and stuff tends to end up in boxes you didn't arrive in. plus you've got to squeeze the loot in as well.
Yeah.
Yes. The joys of finding random loot.
Yes.
It's all right for you, Martin. You don't have to sneak it into the house.
No. I still have it unpacked from when I did my very British Civil War game. The terrain is still all in the same box.
Yeah.
Just seems sensible.
Yeah, I've still got my box of scenery like in the room behind me, but that's mainly been because I've been working on stuff.
The camel car, there we go.
Yep.
Ah!
James managed to get them killed at the game at Shildon last year.
No. They're guards. It was the fact that...
Yes.
The fact that they're a guards unit that got them killed. Second rate.
That's so one of the 3 regiments I've got painted is the guards one. One's the heavy camel corps, heavy camel regiment. One's the light camel regiment. I've got another unit of 12 to paint in the winter for the mounted infantry one. Check it up for 48.
See, how did they end up with heavy and light camels?
It isn't. It's where they recruited the people from.
Right.
So, for instance, the light camel was made up of units that were British light cavalry, and the people were then trained on it. The heavy were from various heavy cavalry units, and the guards were from literally the hoi polloi,
Yeah.
and the important people. And then the one that was the least was actually the mounted infantry camel regiment, which was made up literally from units of various, not ordinary infantry that were taught to ride a camel. So, but they were probably the more effective in terms of they could shoot properly, whereas the various other cavalry units couldn't. So yes. So we'll have the camel corps on duty this weekend.
What could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go
Well,
wrong?
that depends whether we take the Bengal Lancers to save them.
I think you should.
I think we should.
That's what happened last time. They was the Egyptian Lancers with stars last time.
They were indeed, yes. You cannot beat the men with sharp sticks.
Nope.
And they just look cool as well. And it'd be a shame to leave them.
They do. Yeah, it would.
Because they're really nice models. So.
Yeah, they are. Although the last game, they just sat around for ages until they finally got around to charging, and then just absolutely hammered them out that were in front of them.
I think they did reasonably well in that other big game we played as well, didn't they?
They did, yeah. Yeah, the Bengal Lancers have got. They've always had a really good game in Sudan whenever I've had them out. And to be fair, I think they've probably played in every game because I just like it. So. Right, they're all okay. Oh.
Just in case anybody's watching, yes, I did just put black paint back in the black paint bottle and then squirt some more back out because I realised I still needed some.
Decent nick.
I'll just leave the camera pointed at you, Dave, since you're showing off all your lovely bits and bobs here.
Yeah, I'm just doing some bits here and there. The palm tree collection. Bought from China for about 160 trees for about 24 quid with
Cool.
and they're actually really, really nice. They're really nice. They came in a range of different sizes, from sort of 75mm up to about 120 in this big box, and you can't knock them at all. They're really, really good.
I just ordered some 6mm trees from China, 50 for £2.60.
I don't know how they do it.
And they got shipped yesterday by air mail.
Yeah, I've just ordered some fruit trees also from China.
Yeah, I ordered some fruit trees as well in 6mm.
Yeah,
I ordered a peach orchard.
Cool.
They were dearer. They were like £3.
Yeah, I went for some 15mm orchard tree type things.
Yeah.
With the plan of being able to do some orchards, funnily enough.
Yeah. That's not in right. Zaribas. That's all that's in there. Yeah, that shouldn't be in it. A little box. Must have had a good tidy up when I packed up last time. I got home. Nothing's mixed up, so I can just dump the boxes. Get back.
Yeah, well, I think I remember you at the time taking the time to.
Yeah.
I'm just trying something.
Got some new bits for this one though. I had some new cards made up. To help with the black powder piece here that I want to do, or just in general, doesn't really matter whether it's black powder, Victorian steel, or Sands of the Sudan, whatever I'm using. I had some new cards made up by Arts Cow in Hong Kong, using my own JPEGs.
Yeah.
Got random cards on the back, like skirmish riflemen and
Cool.
simple blanks and stuff. So I'm going to use a few more of those. Oh, maybe you get unlucky, Martin. The Krupp gun.
Oh God.
Not enough.
Where did you get to?
Not enough Maddist artillery. Well, I have got some there. Quite a bit of it.
Very more Marist artillery.
No. No. Careful of that one. The Macti and 6
Oh,
warboards.
I'm going to get that first up, aren't I?
Yeah, you might think that I couldn't possibly comment.
You're going to stack the deck and everything.
And
Maddie
everything.
and 6 ones.
Yeah. Oh, that one.
God. Bloody hell. Don't need that.
The Maddist machine gun. Will do if it was like your machine guns last time once they found their aim.
Yeah.
Lethal. Yeah, so that's plenty there. Right, let's have a look through. What's going on here then? Two boxes of them.
Oops. Apologies.
What did you do?
I dropped my screwdriver.
Oh. Oops seems such a polite word for dropping a screwdriver.
Yeah, I know.
Is it not after the watershed yet?
Yes. War correspondence, yeah, I need them. Bad ammunition, yeah, we need some bad ammunition for the materials.
This is another example of something I should have done a before and after picture of. Never mind.
This is the one you were scraping all the paint off. Something different.
No, I'm doing. I got these buildings and they were pre-built and pre-painted, but
Yeah.
one, obviously, you know how much I love doing ruins and stuff. But one side of this had absolutely no roof on it.
Yeah.
So I decided to try and do it so that it's burnt out.
Yeah.
So I'll do some burnt timber rubble and stuff in it. But I was just trying to paint it up so that it looks like it's totally scorched.
Yeah.
Something a bit different. I'm sure Lee won't mind.
Do a data sheet for the camel car.
Nice. Mag's been kind enough to comment, but he had shared some pictures himself of a warehouse that he had done on the Google Plus group, and it was absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
Really fantastic bit of work. Honestly, some of the pictures he had taken outside in his garden, and you couldn't tell whether it was actually pictures of a
real warehouse.
A real warehouse, or if it was a model. Really, really nice.
Genius.
So that way you do a double take, even down to like the health and safety warnings on the walls and stuff, and
Cool.
the graffiti and things. See if I can dig out a picture. Despite the progress I've been making on my terrain, I still have a huge number of questions about how to do things. And I've got a horrible feeling that a lot of it's just going to be I need to try things and see what works and what doesn't.
It's probably the best way to learn. I think you just.
I know. I've got this
trial and error. Isn't it?
I've got this absolute fear of putting a lot of effort into something and to, come through in the morning and find that it's bent like a banana type thing.
Yeah, done that.
Yeah, mate. It can be a bit soul destroying, can't it?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm pretty much on 3rd generation terrain with a lot of stuff in a bin somewhere. You think, well, that didn't work as a plan.
So I've been checking out some of the videos and stuff that the community have done, which are really helpful. You just still find yourself doubting, like, what is the best material to do this with? Is it PVC foam board, or is it foam board, or there seems to be as many options as there are materials type thing, obviously.
Yeah. Most of mine is made out of the covers off ring binders.
Right.
We used to have an unlimited supply every year. You used to put a sign outside, old ring binders, and there'd be like 4,000 to get rid of, because we used to go through such a lot in the days before everything was digital. So we used to have thousands of them. To the point where I even used to make my own bases because I couldn't be bothered to buy any. Although, to be quite honest, they were never quite the right size. There's always that random one that's 23 mil.
Yeah.
Thinking, this is just big here.
Yeah.
Right. So annoyingly, now that I've made deliveries from Oaks and Ross, I don't want those. I now need to go and make another delivery. Because I've got enough bits now to make up an extra unit, and I forgot to buy something. I've only got 3 hours, which is annoying.
Are you ordering from Heroics and Ross, did you say?
Yeah. I ordered last week, and it came today. They're alright, you know?
I ordered some stuff the other night and then realised I forgot to order the attack helicopters.
Yes, I haven't got any helicopters yet. I was going to have a look. Well, I haven't got the units for the attack helicopters, but I was going to have a look at Tumbling Dice and see if they've got any Harriers, because they're much smaller. But you know what?
Yeah.
Stick them on a thing, nobody notices.
Yeah.
They're just flying high.
Yeah.
Harriers flying high?
Well, you know what I mean, relatively speaking.
Relatively speaking.
I once sat on the edge of a cliff in Wales once, overlooking a valley, and a tornado flew past underneath me.
Yeah, you're not on the Mac loop, are you? Yeah. The Mac loop is worth a visit.
That's where I was this year.
Yeah.
This had obviously come from Valley.
Yeah.
It was North Wales.
Yeah.
You can go and stand at the end of the runway at RF Valley and do the Wayne's World thing. Where you fly over like 0 feet.
Yeah.
Because there's a little tiny beach in a car park and you just go and park at the end of the runway. To go and do that. Random things to do when you go to university in Wales.
and jump on Harriers as they fly past.
Hmm?
Try and jump on Harriers as they fly past.
Yes.
Yeah.
No. That would be very
Catch a
scary.
lift.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw some of the new Typhoons when I was down there,
Mm-hmm.
doing some low flying.
Cool. They're not really, I have to say, I'm not really that interested in aeroplanes. They're all right, you know. But
Heresy.
I know. Sorry.
I'm focused on me by accident again. No, I mean, I think I was I like my World War II stuff, obviously, and I was probably more interested in aircraft when I was younger.
Yeah.
But the same's
I was
probably.
always. You go on.
I was going to say the same's probably true of a lot of the military kit, because it's only recently when I've been actually looking at some of the stuff that the British Army's equipped with now, and I'm having that kind of, what the hell's that? I've never seen that before thing.
Yeah, I have the same thing. Yeah.
Compared to
1980s, early 90s, I know it all.
Yeah.
70s. But it's after that now.
compared to my knowledge of what we were equipped with at that time, I mean, given I was born in the early 80s, so
Yeah. No,
And
it's not really my area.
I can say I was totally unaware of, as a kid, I was totally unaware of anything really even being in the background. And yet, where we used to go on holiday in Scotland, there was always low-flying like jets training and stuff. And obviously, at that time, they would have been training for a potential hot conflict in Europe.
Yeah. Absolutely. Matching out on low flying and all.
Yeah, but at the time, I just wouldn't have. It was just cool jets. So cool jets.
Yeah.
So I've got. I don't know if I should do both sides burnt out or just stick with one side being burnt out. Any thoughts or opinions welcome, because I can quite easily leave it at that, I think, and just do the usual rubbling up of the inside.
Yeah, no, that looks okay. That looks fine. What's the back look like?
Just the same.
Generally, I've noticed that when you see anything that's been burnt out, remarkably, bits of it look completely untouched.
Yeah. Probably went a bit OTT on the black on this because the brush kind of strayed, and then I thought, I may as well.
Yeah, no, it looks good.
Yeah.
It looks realistic. It looks like that house in Sunderland that blew up. have you seen the video?
No.
Absolutely terrifying. There's somebody's got CCTV and they're gone, and it's pointing straight down the street, and then suddenly the street explodes. Is this house just has a massive gas leak?
Oh, the Sunderland. I was going to say, is this what the house looked like before or after it blew up?
Yeah. Yeah, it did pence worth of damage.
I take it there was no one killed.
No, the woman survived because her fridge fell on it. I know, it's amazing, isn't it?
Just happened to be standing in front of the fridge.
Yeah, but the house blew up. We have a piece of kit at work called an atomic absorption spectrometer, and it's a really cool bit of kit, but it's incredibly old. It's like we've had one for like 40, 50 years, but the one we're using still works. It's about 25 years old, but it works really well. And one of the things is you have to run it with a bottle of acetylene. And it's been on the 3rd floor of my building for 29 years. And I know, I finally managed to get it out of the building yesterday. I've been complaining about it for 10 years. And I've had emails from everybody. The person who wants it kept theirs on holiday. So while I was on holiday, we moved it. And the person, and I've had about 9 emails from people saying, thank God you've got that out of that building. Because if the building catches fire, it's a 100-metre exclusion zone, which closes down literally half the university and the central motorway through Newcastle.
Yeah.
And while everybody watches as the building burns down, because the fire brigade ain't going in, because there's a 97-kilo acetylene bottle on the 3rd floor. And you're thinking, and I mean, you're thinking, why do people how weedy the health and safety have to be to not say, well, we're shifting this and we're shifting it now. It's unbelievable. But now I've got a position of power. I just get it put onto the executive board minutes, then it has to be shifted. So that's really good. I've already done one thing successfully. And the tech who's been complaining for 29 years about it retires in a week's time. And he complained about it 29 years ago. And the week before he retires, I've got it shifted. So he's right made up.
At least he's achieved something with his career.
Yes. He's now going off to become a rock star in his 60s. He plays a mean guitar, so he says, I'm just going to go and play guitar all day.
Sounds good.
It is. Well, he's got a 30-year pension from the university, which is super and he has a 15-year pension from the coal board, which is also super and. He's going to be on more money when he retires than he's on now. He'll be absolutely minted. Kind of like Dave.
It's all the joy of being retired and having all that money to work on your hobbies.
Yes. I'm quite looking forward to it.
Probably. More just having the time. I doubt I'll have the money, but...
Well, yeah, I don't think I'll have the money, but, just play with them more. That's cheap. I think we'll be all right when I retire. I won't be rich, but I won't be poor.
The thing to do would be, when this new Necromunda game comes out, if the old one's anything to go by, if you buy about 10 copies of them and keep them in shrink wrap, that'll be you sorted.
Yeah. Well, at the moment, I'm busy acquiring all the books they're throwing out at work, because they're generally worth quite a lot of money sometimes. We had a clear out in the library, and I wasn't really paying attention, and I found 2 atlases that were both worth about 600 quid each. And you're thinking, I wish I'd not told them they were worth money.
Yeah.
One of them was the map of the US-Canadian border from the War of 1812, printed in about 1820. And it's beautiful. And you're thinking, I'm an idiot. Nobody would have known. It's not catalogued anywhere. I could have just nicked that.
No. Theft from the workplace.
I'm doomed, to be honest. No, all I end up nicking is all the stuff that's going to go in the skip. Annoyingly. And hopefully some of it's worth a bit of bob or two eventually.
I would like to say on this live chat that I have never stolen anything from my employer.
Never ever.
You want to turn your nose away from the camera in case it pops the lens out.
Never.
I used to work with this guy who built an entire still, PLC controlled, stainless steel, food grade still, as a project at work, and he got it through the accounts and everything, and he put it in his garage and made illicit alcohol. It was amazing, the booze was. It was really quite nice, but in the morning you woke up, you got arthritis. None of your joints worked at all. And we were like 22. I was in agony. Nothing. You could set fire to it and everything. Most disturbing.
Yeah. I've worked with people who smell like they've got stills in their garage, but
yes. Yeah, so have I. The shaky hand brigade.
It's the shaky everything brigade, I think. It's the...
Yeah.
Yeah, would affect the painting too much. It's no good.
Yeah.
No good at all.
Offline.
Excuse me a moment. Want to stop thinking?
Alright, let's try printing again, shall we?
Box.
You try to build a framework that I can remove. I was exceptionally pleased to finish off that other platoon and the Pioneer platoon. Not so pleased to look at all these guys that I now need to start. And the missus keeps telling me this ridiculous thing that, well, you don't have to do it. You obviously don't understand what have means. Have to do it. Of course I have to do it.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
I have to, can't stop now. That would be ridiculous.
So for some reason that's not printing. Law of printers. You always fail when you want to print.
Yeah. Printers never work when you need them to.
Yeah. It's showing offline. Why is it offline? It's not offline, it's online. It's going to be a reboot job, I think. Classic switch them off and switch it back on.
Yeah, this cunning plan of mine isn't working.
Yeah. Right. Clear. Excellent. Okay, so I now have a desk full of stuff. A table full of stuff that's going to Newark, so I'm getting there.
So good job
I'll
you've
read you
got,
a couple of the boxes.
good job you've got a stout table.
Yeah, just a bit. So. But it's handy because once I've redone this Sudan out, I want to put some of it up in the loft. Get the stacked up, ready for ACW stuff.
Yeah.
It might be time for a cowboy game, I think, as well at some point. So I had an email from Leon from Pendraken about stuff. I sent him some pictures of the game we did.
Yeah.
He said, "Wow, that looks really good." So he'd be really happy for us to run the ACW game at Battleground in end of November.
Yeah.
So that's probably the four of us here, I suspect. I think John said he's at a football match, but we can use his toys.
Yep.
I think a couple of other people are out and about, but I think we should aim for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. We'll have enough kit to do it all between us there now, especially if we get John's as well, because he's got about 50 odd stands painted. So
yeah,
Gentlemen,
a couple of hundred stands.
evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, that's all set.
Yeah.
I'm only on very briefly. I'm just got home and I'm on my way out, so about half an hour.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. So yeah, we shall get we'll get sorted, but so we'll have to have a chat maybe at the weekend about what scenario we want to do.
yeah,
and work it out from there. That game that Steve sent over the other day, that little one, 4 foot by 3, looks like an interesting little scenario.
Yeah,
So I just need
be quite good for
to notice
learning game.
lots of walls on it. That's all. So I'm gonna have to get a lot of walls done.
yeah. But I think we were talking about that earlier, and I'm just missing a brigadier.
Yeah. Yeah.
And whether I've got enough cavalry, but
Yeah.
You've got enough cavalry, don't you? I haven't painted mine yet, but that's not a problem. It won't take long. And then anything else we need? It's cool. I could do some get some casualties and things. So we'll have a chat. If you can let us know what we need.
Yeah, I think for the actual show, we need something a little bit bigger than that.
Yeah.
That one was it's good for a learning game, isn't it? That Fox's Gap one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Need something a little bit bigger, I think.
Yeah. Well, probably a bit bigger and a little more well known.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's plenty in the scenario books to go at.
Yeah. Those scenario books are quite difficult to get hold of, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. I was dead lucky when I picked them up, I think.
Yeah. So I've been trying to get hold of them, but I'm not willing to pay a fortune for them.
Yeah, well, they were normal sort of retail price when I got them.
Yeah.
But I think I picked the last two, one of each one up. I was quite lucky.
what are you up to, Dennis?
Not much right now. I just finished the all the dots on the ambush pattern for my Canadian Nationals Army. Finished that last night, so I got all the models out. I'm gonna have to ink them. I'm trying to ink them before I go out tonight, so that I can work on them tonight when I get home. But I don't think I have the time. But I
So
did
which
post
army's
the. So on Labor Day weekend, we've got Canadian Nationals for Flames of War in town,
Yeah.
and it's late war, and there's 3 different points levels. So it's a 2-day tournament, and there's 3 lists. So one's at 10 or 1,050 points, one's at 1,405, and the other one's at 1,865.
Okay, then
And
bet them a bit random numbers.
Yeah, and I'm taking Conf Group Piper, so Fearless Training.
Oh, right,
yeah. And I'm literally only taking them because I've got all these Panzer IVs that I haven't painted in, since I first got them. They haven't finished them, so it's just an excuse to get them all done, and pretty much get my late war German army finished. I think I've got like a couple Pumas to go, and like a half track here or there. But I mean, apart from these Panzer IVs, this will pretty much finish it.
All right, excellent.
The whole finish.
So is that all day or all weekend?
Dennis, is that all day or all weekend?
It's both days. It's a Saturday and Sunday.
So how many battles do you have to fight?
6, 3. So there's 3 games on Saturday, 3 games on Sunday, and you'll be playing one of the 3 lists each day.
Good. Well, you only get beat 5-1 this time. You got beat 8-1 the other day, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Although it was the first time running it, and we were still getting to the grips of it. And he was running a very good list. He was running Canadian infantry mechanized out of Market Garden.
Mm-hmm.
He had ambushing super 6-pounders, so the AT-11 ones. So they made short work of my Panzer IVs.
Mm-hmm.
And again, they're trained, so they hit on a 3+, well 4+ because I was in a crops, but. And then he also had a unit of Achilles, the AT-15 guys. So once he was able to blitz his way to the flank of my King Tiger, and I had to advance my King Tiger up because after turn 6 on the mission Bridgehead, the the defender wins if no enemy teams are within 16 inches of the objective. So I was forced by the mission to move up.
Yeah.
And then he was able to blitz 4 and then move 10 tactical, and then killed off one King Tiger and put my formation into not in good spirits. Now it turns out my double remounts that I failed, I could have re-rolled them because I'm the CO.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right.
So the HQ tank in version 4 can re-roll it even if it's on himself, so I didn't know that. And secondly, the 2 shots that went into my HQ King Tiger, because the compulsory platoon King Tiger was within 6, I could have forced one onto him. So, but I mean, we're still getting to grips with the new version 4, especially after. So there's late war version 4, there's mid war version 4, which has just a few tweaks, like minefields and when you roll for the, and a couple of other things, like aircraft. And then Team Yankee is very similar to version 4, but then I've still got version 3, like some of the rules stuck in my head. So I just need to kind of get all that squared away in my head before the tournament, and that should be fine. I'm gonna play another game on Friday, so I hopefully will do better.
Well, good luck with that. When is Labor Day?
First weekend of September.
All right.
So you guys don't have that in the UK?
No. We have different ones. But we have a similar thing on the last weekend in August. The last Monday in August, basically.
Where it rains.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a week before, basically.
It rains every day, though, in August.
Pretty much.
It is doing it at the moment.
I saw a funny, like a meme. It says, "I love the English summer. It's my favorite day of the year.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not far wrong, is it?
No. Not this year. It's been terrible this year.
Yeah. It was a Wednesday this year, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was at work.
I had a lovely time while I was down in sunny Dorset and then Wales, seeing the Tank Museum and all that goodness and the lovely sunshine.
Mm.
When I went to the Tank Museum, it was 1976. It was the hottest summer we'd ever had. It's absolutely boiling at the Tank Museum.
I think it may have changed a bit.
Mother and sister absolutely hated it.
There's stuff at the Tank Museum which would have been state of the art in 1976 and it's now more than 30 years old.
Yes, that was the general impression I got. In fact, it still scars my sister's memory because she, when I posted my Facebook thing about going to Warwick Castle, she said she brought it up that she was still scarred for life from going to some god awful tank museum in Dorset.
Yeah.
Heresy.
In her defence, she was only 7.
That's no defence.
No. We went to my dad's Capri.
Well, I was 1 in 1976.
Yeah.
I consider myself to be getting on a bit.
Well, you are, to be quite honest. Being 41 and all that. 42 even.
42, yeah.
My mum
I read somewhere today that the Ukraine just sold to the Congolese army, quote unquote, new tanks. They're T-64s. I'm like, oh my God, they still had some.
Oh, they still work. Probably.
Well, it's always a bit dubious with T-64s, I think.
Well, they were the newer ones, I guess. Well, everything was fixed.
Yeah.
I'd seen another interesting thing. Remember the fighting in the Crimea a couple years ago? Well, I guess it's still going on, but during the thick of it, the rebels were in some town where in the center of town on a pedestal was an IS-3 as a monument to the Great Patriotic War.
Yeah.
They got the thing to run, drove it in a battle, and then put it back when they were finished. In 2014, they were using an IS-3 from 1945. It's just nuts.
Genius.
But they were generally simply engineered, weren't they? You know.
What was the story that when they used to switch them on for the first time, you'd let them run and then take half a kilo of iron filings out of the oil filter?
Yeah, yeah.
Just basically to knock all the burrs off.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not
Well,
quite
I think every 10 years or so, they would have run it like in some parade. So like they knew it could run.
Yeah.
That's what you want. I remember watching a program that a million years ago when it was the first Afghan war with the Russians. So what's that? The third Afghan war. And they got the Mujahideen when they were the good guys, and they filmed them trying to get this Russian battle tank up the side of a mountain and over the other side to fight in a battle. And they were trying to drive it up a waterfall, basically.
Oh, I think I saw that program.
And it took them about a week and a half to get it up this side of this mountain.
Yeah.
And the guy was saying this is a properly heroic effort, but it's going to last minutes when they get through the side because some Hind will just come and blow the crap out of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember that. That was that was millions. That was like must be 1981, something like that.
Yeah.
ITN thing, so it would be Usyk Nicholson.
It was. And the other guy.
Yeah.
Wasn't care something. Didn't he do something?
Probably. Bosencat. Yeah, he was a massive drunk. Famously, he was a massive drunk and womanizer. When you were allowed to get away with it.
Yeah.
Always amazes me. I set out to put paint on miniatures tonight, and somehow I'm doing stuff with a house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was hoping my tanks had arrived this morning. Although they only sent the email yesterday, so they must have put them first class. And they did. I can always tell because the gate gets left open if the postman's been. So to the corner to my house, the gate's open. You got brilliant postman's bin.
Right. I'm going to leave this alone now, let it dry, and then see what needs painting black. Basically, let's see. A bit too much rubble in it because the PVA is drying, but I'll paint that all black and it should hopefully look like a collapsed roof.
It does look like a collapsed roof.
Put it away before I start faffing on with it some more.
It's always the way.
Knowing when to stop.
Yeah. Knowing when the fact that the glue is impossible to be dry yet.
Yes, so that's it. I've used...
A number of times I've had to reattach things together because I've painted them before the glue had set.
Yeah, I've used this fast tack glue, but it doesn't seem to be particularly fast or particularly tacky, so we'll see how it is once it's set. We shall see. Are you taking those new roads that you got with you, Dave?
No, I won't need them.
Alright. Sounds ominous.
Is there anything you do need for the weekend?
No.
Good.
No, to use Mr. Trump's phrase, I'm locked and loaded.
Yeah, all the things he isn't.
Yeah.
That's quite high on the list.
Yeah.
Politics, gentlemen.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, sorry.
I am sorted out. I am all sorted. I have my yeah. So
Good stuff.
you're going to travel down from Penrith, you said?
Yeah, it's just under 3 hours.
Yeah.
So it's actually not much further because you have to go down the A66, which is a bit annoying.
Yeah, by the time you'd have come over to here, you'd have been halfway over Newark. So
yeah, No, absolutely. It's all A66 really. You can go the M62, but it's a bit of a pain.
Yeah, it is. Got some rubberlets on there at the moment, so
Yeah.
wouldn't touch it if that was yet.
There's bound to be football matches all the way.
That's true.
It'll be kicking out time of the football by the time I'm getting past all these places.
As long as you get
So
past
we
them
think-
when it's kicking out time rather than when it's going in time.
Well, yeah. I don't know if everyone's in a rush to leave. But yeah, so it should be too bad. I'll finish mats at about 4, generally. So I should be there by 7 at the latest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward from the A1 to get to the hotel.
Yeah, it's easier.
So generally, that'll be quite good. Me and Matt are going to play Operation Sea Lion.
Yeah.
I think we've almost made it to lunchtime on day 1 after about 30 battles.
Is that the new bolt action campaign book?
Yeah. It's really good. And Matt's got because we do a lot of Very British Civil War, Matt's got a load of what you call early war stuff.
Oh,
So
yeah.
really well.
Does he have all the Dad's Army stuff?
Yeah, some Dad's Army stuff, but a lot of Matildas and A10s and that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of British light stuff, and then chuck in some German early war stuff and some Felsenjäger, which are massively hard in match rules.
Well, it makes sense they would have parachuted over.
Yeah, absolutely. And because Matt's originally from Kent, he kind of knows the area really well. So he says, I used to live near here, we'll have a battle there. But he's still not done Dover Harbour. He wants to do a battle in Dover Harbour. So he's got some dinghies and gyms and dinghies and the such like.
The only battles I can do around here is Quebec. Plains of
Yeah.
Abraham, a couple 1812 battles.
Yeah, well, the Knights of Abraham's like an iconic one for the Brits.
Mm.
Wolf's one of those generals that gets discussed along with Wellington
Yeah.
and Montgomery is famous British generals who were actually quite good at their job.
Yeah.
So is Wolf an Irishman as well?
Yeah. Probably.
I don't know. Could have been. I don't think you classed Wellington as an Irishman. He owned large chunks of it and was born there. I don't think that's quite the same in the days when we used to own Ireland.
What was his quote? Just because you're born in a stable, it doesn't make you a horse.
Yes.
I think was his quote about being after he was Irish.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was
Wishful thinking, I think.
stunningly posh would be the phrase. His brother was the ran India, didn't he?
Yeah.
Which is why Wellington got to go and fight against the Sikhs and whoever.
Yeah.
Was it the Sikhs?
Haven't you
Yes.
watched your Sharp or read your Sharp?
No.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the TV programs. They were very disappointing, so I never read the books.
Sean Bean doesn't die. It's shocking.
He nearly does a few times.
Yeah.
The books
Well,
are
honest,
better.
Books are definitely better.
Yeah, you don't need to read the books because they're the same as all these other ones. So, the same kind of deal. I do like his other ones, but I just can't be bothered to read all the bloody Sharp ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I made do with the Saxon ones.
Funny, I read all the Sharp ones, and then it went on to American Civil War.
That was quite good.
I quite like
I
those
just couldn't
as
get
well.
into it.
Maybe
That's
simple.
all. Really
But he only
stupid.
did 4, didn't he? I enjoyed them. I'm kind of disappointed. Copperhead lot, weren't they? That's what they were called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I did like them. I like the Saxon ones. And I like the Agincourt ones.
Mhm.
I read most of the Master and Commander books, the Patrick
Yeah,
O'Brien
yeah.
ones.
That's got Boundary, yeah.
Yeah.
I read most of them.
I got so far and then I stopped because the author had died and he wasn't going to be writing anymore. So
Mhm.
I kind of always
I
wanted
think
to
I-
have in my head that I still had a couple of these books to read.
Yeah. I think I've only got a couple more. I think I've got them all, but I think I've only read about a dozen of them. I think there's about 18, isn't there, something like that.
Yeah.
I like
quite
that
enjoyed-
Horatio Hornblower show
Yeah,
series.
I've read a
Yeah.
couple of them. They're quite good, and the show was excellent. I love the show. It was miles better than Sharp.
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah.
He didn't
Well,
suffer
Shrek
from
was in the
the
80s and it was really, really cheesy. Like, you know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
almost like an American, you know, like the plots were almost like Knight Rider or the A-Team. Like,
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You don't have too much cheese in your life.
The talking ship
Yeah.
with a red flashing light on it.
Yes, that would have been cool.
Could have been Captain Pugwash.
Michael, in 20 years, you will be a German pop star.
But only in Germany.
Yeah.
Yes. Which is no use to anybody. Gyms are notorious having terrible senses of music.
So, on behalf of Triple M, I'd like to apologise to any Germans listening for that for that sweeping attack on their national sense.
Hey,
of
they
humour.
brought us the Scorpions and Rammstein. It's all good.
Not helping.
Martin Rest case.
I know a lot of Germans. They really admit to having terrible taste in music.
Ramstein's good.
Oh, that is just a little bit annoying.
What have you done now?
I have enough paint mixed to paint 3 more vehicles. I've got 3 more vehicles I could paint. They are outside the core, but I might as well paint them. But I've only got 2 bases.
Paint them and base them later.
Yeah, I didn't get sticky fingers. I could do that. Or I could tinker with a base.
And then your paint will
I've got other bases that are nearly the same size.
The very thought of using a base which is nearly the same size sends
but
a
I've
shiver
done
down
like-
my spine.
Yeah, his OCD's just kicked in.
Yeah.
He's got OCD
I have
by
a-
proxy.
I have a Stanley knife.
I've got bases nearly the right size. Ah!
As you see from my collection, I don't care. It's not fundamentally important to me that my bases are all exactly the same size.
Yeah, psychological warfare on the battlefield through your miniatures is not acceptable.
Why are these on round bases and why are those on square bases? Doesn't matter. How do you know whether
I
they're
don't-
base-to-base contact? I've said that in base-to-base contact. There we go.
It's funny that if we do what game are we going to play down at the club, do we have a fancy of a look? The very, very first question that somebody goes, what size are the bases? It's like, for God's sake, no, get over the base size thing.
Really don't care. There you go. You see, you won't be able to tell. We can nearly tell.
You can nearly tell.
There you go.
James is gonna have nightmares tonight, and you can't tell.
Yeah, I won't be able to tell now. Once I've painted it up, it looks identical.
Make sure you use slightly different base colors on the side of the bases, just for that extra
Just to show it off.
twist of the knife.
An extra quirkiness.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Not that I can say anything. Like right now, the Panzer, between my 2 Panzer IV units, they were painted 5.5 years apart. and I can't for the life of me match the Dunkelgelb, and I'm sure I'm the only one that will notice, but it is bothering me that they're a different color.
Yeah, don't let it.
Repaint them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, repaint them all.
It's the only way to be sure. Nuke them from orbit.
Yeah.
Buy them all again.
Yeah.
No. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy.
Boards might have changed.
That's the
No,
development.
oh, immediately.
They've released newer versions of that World War II tank since you bought those or the original ones. You should replace them.
Oh, you swine. No, that didn't work.
Ugh, the thought's still giving me heebie-jeebies.
What is?
They're nearly the same size. Ugh.
They are nearly the same size.
The whole, you can hardly tell the difference.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I'll bring them in. And we'll test it. Can you spot which one is nearly the same? Which one's nearly the same size?
To measure the bases.
Yeah. Isn't it going to be obvious? Is it not the one that's on like a Kellogg's cornflakes packet cut out? That's
No. You're not buying HWO bases.
That might be the one that's right and the rest are wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right.
I don't think right and wrong matters. It's more just that they're different.
Yeah. Yeah, I still don't care. Pedantry was never my forte, nor was precision.
You're a geologist, of course it was.
Hey?
I said, you're a geologist, of course it is.
Yeah. No. I do. There's a definition of being geologist, and one of it says, what's it called? Extreme colouring is one of the things geologists do. We stand out in fields and we make maps with coloured pencils in the rain and in the snow. Yeah. There's a reason why I do academic management and not actual research. I'm actually quite good at one of those two things.
As long as we don't have the wrong subclassification of rock somewhere because you decided it was nearly the same.
Yeah, they're
no.
the same.
Fine.
Diamonds,
carbon, they're the same.
Nearly the same.
Yeah. Right.
So if you're a geologist, you've been to Grand Canyon there, Martin?
No, I've never been. My limit to the US is LAX.
It's not.
And Hawaii.
It's not.
Been to Hawaii.
It's nearly the same as the Cheddar Gorge.
Compton, Arizona, they're almost the same thing.
Yeah, it's not one of them. It's limestone.
And that's the thing that's different.
Yeah, sandstone, which is not the same.
Yeah.
However, both deposited underwater.
Mm-hmm. Nearly.
Jesus. I'm a feeling we've just invented a new motto.
It's nearly the same.
It's nearly the same.
The same.
One of these things is not like the others, but it's nearly the same.
Yes.
I'm now half expecting to see this 6mm Cold War collection and one of them being on like a hexagonal base or something.
No, what it will be is one of them will be 10 mil.
Right.
Close enough.
One of them will be German because it's nearly the same.
Yes. Well, I do have a spare base, a spare body without a turret, and I've got a spare turret. But the turret appears to be from something American, big, massive battle tank.
Mm-hmm.
And the turret from an FV-432. So I don't think it's quite going to work.
I have faith in you.
Yeah, you'll be the only person I've ever met who does.
It's nearly the same.
It is.
A 432 with a main battle tank turret on it.
Yeah. The turret is bigger than the entire body of the 432. So I don't think it's going to be a stable shooting platform. So even I wouldn't push that one.
Yeah. It's got to be the title for this particular video. It's nearly the same.
Yes.
So who are we looking forward to, those of us who are going to the show? Is there any particular traders we're looking forward to seeing, or any particular display games?
I have to chance to look at the display games. I'm going to go and buy some 11 buildings.
Right.
Some 6 mils. I could do with a German farm, big farm, a German factory, and a little town, I think.
Cool.
I think they would work nicely.
I've actually been surprised recently when I've been looking online at the number of places that are doing the MDF buildings in 6 mil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been looking for 6 mil buildings for ages. I haven't seen any with them.
I was just checking on eBay the other day. I would have to do some digging, but I've seen someone who sells 6 mil buildings in MDF and someone who sells 3 mil buildings in MDF.
How can you do 3 mil buildings in MDF? That's a nightmare.
I think they were relatively big buildings, like factory complexes and stuff, but
yeah,
it's still kind of interesting.
You can buy the Stalingrad grain silo from somebody in 6 mil. It's like 70 quid or something. It must be massive.
It is a big bit of kit, that green elevator. Yeah.
The thing is, surely it's only good for Stalingrad battles.
Well, precisely. You get yourself a 24-foot table and spend your entire life refighting Stalingrad.
Yeah.
But it is one of the iconic buildings from the battle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tank factory. Yeah.
The tank factory, when they're fighting at one end of the factory and building tanks at the other end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right.
Wasn't there a big tractor factory as well, or that same one?
Yeah, I think it's the same one, isn't it?
It's a Red October tractor factory.
Yeah.
Tank factory.
That's why it was still going. It had a Scotsman in charge.
Yeah.
Yep. Socialist bastards.
Exactly.
I can't imagine it's a particularly fun thing, battle to refight, to be honest.
No. Not particularly. It's pretty brutal, really.
Yeah, just go with a shed load of snipers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, that whole film was based on not very much, wasn't it?
The watching one, the Enemy at the Gates.
Yeah.
Series
Yeah, it's not one of my favourites, I have to say. But it is kind of. I don't know, I'm not a fan, but it is kind of true. They did send for the German bloke who ran the sniper school.
Yeah.
And the Russians hunted him down and shot him like a dog. He didn't get. No, it wasn't just one guy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I'm just going to have a little run through the traders for.
Yeah. It's all the usual suspects. I think it's a terrain kind of thing, really.
First Corps, Ainsty, Arcane Scenery and Models. He does some good bits and bobs. Bacchus 6 mil, Caliber Books, Colonel Bills, Coritani Miniatures and Magnetics, Cookie Dice, David Lanchester books, Eagle figures, Empress, Figures in Comfort, Games of War, Great Escape Games, Grubby Tanks and Britannia. Okay. Hellion and Company, don't know them. The Honourable Lead Boiler Suit. Oh, they do some oddball bits.
Yeah, they don't have a lot, do they? They do some random stuff. They've got a very nice naval World War One truck with about 9 machine guns on it.
Instant Armies, Ironclad Miniatures, Leslie's Bitsbox, Leven, Mantic, Dave Thomas, Navy Books, North Star, Old Glory, Redoubt, Sally Forth, SHQ, Dice Bag, Ladybird, Squiddo, The Last Valley, he's there. The Tiny War Games Battle Company, yeah. Tree Fellas are there as well. They're good for bits of terrain.
Yeah, they have nice bits.
Yeah. Trent Miniatures, Tumbling Dice, Valiant Miniatures.
I think Tree Fellas don't have a website though, do they?
No,
So
it's just whatever they turn up with, to be honest.
it's just bizarre.
Well, I think they're
Nice stuff, and it's cheap as well.
only a little one-man band, really, I think.
I think that's all he can cope with, isn't it? He just builds up his stock and goes to shows.
Yeah, and does stuff. I mean, I emptied the last valley of several shelves at the last show. So but I'm looking for 10 mil stuff, I think. Some more bits, some trees and bits and bobs. So yeah.
I need some magnetic tape for some more bases.
Yeah, some good bits there, though.
Hey, James.
Yes.
The new plastic Battlefront Sherman.
Yeah.
Has British parts on it on the sprue, the American one.
Oh, I'll have a look, but unless you can build it as an M4, then it's no use to me.
Well, they're all M4s. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Well, it's an M4A1, isn't it? It's a Sherman 2. I need Sherman.
I don't know, but they've got 2 different transmission covers. They've got the sand guards.
Right.
The 2 different gun barrels. So there's the sprue says M4A1.
Yeah.
But it's whatever the 2 cast hull versions were, and I forget which ones they were.
Yeah, well, the Sherman with a rounded hull was M4A2, M4A1, sorry. So.
Yeah, this is the rounded hull one.
Yeah, the rounded hull one's too different for me to use. But if it comes with that number,
then you're listening. Come on.
If it comes with that amount of bits, I've got a full squadron of resin and metal Sherman 1s because no bugger makes them in plastic.
I'm staring here at the Priest sprues.
Yeah.
We've got the sand guards as well, so you can make British ones. Very nice.
Yeah, I quite fancy well, I don't think I need the priests. I was really surprised that they didn't release them with the options to make them into defrocked priests.
Well, what would you need? Just the shield, I guess?
Yeah, so you could possibly or probably do them yourself. It's more that, like, when you compare what Plastic Soldier Company do, which is basically come out with a kit and then fit as many options into that plastic kit as they can, because it can't increase really the cost of the model like to build. I would have thought if you're going to have a plastic kit built, you're as well having as much on the sprue as you possibly can.
Yeah, if you've already committed to the sprue being 8 inches by 5, then cram it. Yeah.
So why wouldn't you do the options to do different versions of the same?
So they could sell the new kits to people like you later on who are like, we're good enough isn't about right.
Yeah, but wouldn't it make more sense for them? I don't know. Wouldn't it make more sense right now? Like the same with the 88 kit, wouldn't it have made more sense for them to do, here's the brand new plastic 88 and here's a late war and an early war crew with it? And they would have sold far more of them because people would have bought them for their late war armies instead of saying, well, I'm not interested in early war or mid war. It just seems to be a little bit short-sighted.
Battlefront short-sighted. What? Never.
Now, when Plastic Soldier Company come out with a kit and say, well, you know, look at their Marder one that they did, that you could build
Yeah.
38 Ts and 2 different types of Marder with and stuff. That was an awesome kit.
Yeah. Anyways, fellas, I gotta get going. Good chatting with you guys. I'll see you Thursday.
Yeah, catch you later.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just odd when you see, like, obviously what the competition's doing and what the competition's releasing, and yet you're still releasing that one kit that only does one thing.
Yeah.
To me, it just doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't to me either. I'm going to have to get off. I need to go and pick my wife up.
Yeah, no worries. I'll probably end the live bit there because I'm going to have to go shortly as well.
Right, okay.
So
Yeah, I'm done. I am done for tonight. But that's me me gun damaged. One's done and me 10 casualty markers done. So I just need to base them now. So I'm pleased to get them done tonight. That's both getting sorted out. So
good stuff.
good stuff. Excellent.
I've made
So
a bit
I don't know that I'll be on tomorrow or Thursday because I'm travelling with work. So
No worries.
Okay.
You've made some progress as well, Steve.
Yeah, I've got some of these hedge things done, and I've done a couple. Just with the
all right.
Woodland Scenics tree armatures in them as well.
Is what's that for? The 6 pence.
For 6mm stuff.
That looks good.
Yeah, it looks smart.
And there's a finished one, Dave. If you didn't see it earlier.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah. Is that just a bit of clump foliage, yeah?
Yeah, I just bought some of that cheap Jarvis clump foliage stuff.
Yeah.
And,
Cool.
yeah, it looks all right. Does the job.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna have to get off. Good speaking to you all.
No
I'll
worries.
speak to you soon.
Catch you later, mate.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And I will just stop the broadcast. So thanks everyone for stopping by, everybody who did, and we'll try and do another one in a week's time. And thanks for all the people who contacted us to say they were interested in seeing what we were up to again, because I know it was a bit of a gap since the last time. So
And
I
remember,
think
it's nearly right.
it's nearly right, and I think we might possibly, depending on how it goes, we might try and do a video or something from Partisan.
Yeah.
We'll try,
Yeah. See what we can do.
try and do something.
Yeah, that's right there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, see you later.